Thank you for watching. Can you be a good member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a Democrat? Here's some background to the subject. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is politically neutral. It's not a requirement to be of one political party or the other in any country to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Because of that, it would be inappropriate for somebody over the pulpit to be giving a talk at church to say something good or bad about any political party. I've been in meetings where there's a tenseness in the room when we think, oh, the speaker's about to violate the political neutrality. I haven't seen it happen. But I've seen people think, wait, is he going to do it? And you can feel it. I tense up. When you're in a room where everyone's tense, you can feel it. So when I say good member of the church and can you be, you're not losing your membership. I should not say what I'm about to say over the pulpit. I see nothing wrong in a private conversation, in a YouTube video, a public video outside of the church building, for me to compare church teachings and what a political party is doing. And I am a lay member. I have never even been a bishop. I think it would also be inappropriate if I became a bishop or a stake president for me to get in front of a camera and say some of the things I'm going to say, because then it would look like an official statement from the church. Maybe people who are in such positions should start a YouTube channel that does not show their face, where they can give a personal opinion and not have it look like their organization's opinion, like Bearing, and Frank Sinatra Says, and Black Pigeon Speaks. Those are just examples of YouTube channels that never show the face of the person that's in it. The person whose thoughts are being seen. Alright. But I do believe that it is incompatible to be a Democrat Party loyalist, somebody who usually votes for the Democrat Party in the United States of America, and a member of the church. I think I've done a previous video on this, because about 20 years ago in Arizona, there were two op-eds written. One by a Democrat claiming, oh, the Republicans, how can you be a member of the church and a Republican? Oh, they're so bad. I didn't see that one, but I saw the response to that one, which pointed out, okay, church teaches this, this, this. Democrat Party, this, this, this. They don't match up. Since that happened, we've got more reasons, I believe, that somebody is inconsistent if they are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a Democrat Party loyalist. And let's get into this. At the Democrat Party convention in 2012, the people at the convention booed the idea of having God recognized, mentioned in the platform. Now, I had read some explanations that it was not them booing at the idea of God being the platform, but booing at the procedure and how they were getting it in there. I don't know. If you don't mind God being in the platform, why would you boo about the procedure getting it in there? but there was definitely booing. So, really? Can you? Church that teaches there's God. Parties saying there's, booing God out of their platform. The proclamation on the family, we can count that as revelation from God, signed off on every member of the Quorum of 12 Apostles and the First Presidency, teaching the fundamentals, teaching the beliefs of the church about the family. Now, abortion is a serious sin. Abortion for convenience can get somebody excommunicated. It can stall somebody's baptism if they were not a member when they did it until we are sure they feel sorry about it. But a Democrat governor, not just a ho-hum layperson or somebody registered to the party, a Democrat governor this year or last year said he thinks the situation should be, or the law should be, that they get the baby out of the mother, make the baby comfortable, keep it alive, and then let her and her doctor together decide if the baby is going to live. That's even more harsh than, killing it while it's still in the mother. There is actually a Democrat governor who has advocated that. Sex changes are definitely not authorized by God. Sex change surgery. That's God gave us our bodies. God did not misassign a man to a woman or a woman to a man. That never has happened. And the Democrat Party now, there are a lot of people in it, including leaders and elected officials, who are for encouraging that practice of sex change surgeries. The Proclamation on the Family very clearly states that we were men and women before we were born. If we were men and women before we were born, then it's even more ridiculous when people say you can change from a man to a woman or a woman to a man, as well as unscientific. I mean, even if we did not have the Proclamation on the Family, cutting off a body part does not change the fact of somebody being born with that body part and what the deoxyribonucleic acid in their cells tells them to be and do. So, talking like trans people are a real thing is contrary to the Proclamation on the Family. And so there's one party that is working more than the other. Maybe we could say the other party is not working at all towards, being against the family, towards things like easy abortions paid for by the government, encouraging people to live irresponsibly, and rewarding them with lavish welfare benefits for violating the law of chastity. Okay. Religious freedom. Which party is for religious freedom? Well, it's not the party that is persecuting and prosecuting a baker in Oregon, or is it Colorado? No, Colorado, who does not want to be a part of a religious ceremony. He's a cake baker. There are two people that are having a religious ceremony, and they are getting the Colorado Commission on Human Rights, which is acting against a fundamental human right of freedom of religion and freedom of conscience, force that cake baker to encourage the people to do something that they believe is an abomination in God's eyes. So judges who rule that we don't have religious freedom, that we have to go to the wedding that we don't want to go to, that we can't, like, talk about our religion at work, or if we own a business. Those are obvious violations of our freedom of religion. The judges more likely to rule that way are nominated by the Democrat Party. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints teaches us we should be financially responsible, manage our money carefully, budget it, live within our means, and be responsible with our money. An example of doing that is not getting a big, large amount of student debt for a degree you're not going to use, a degree that doesn't make you money, going to an expensive school instead of a less expensive school. It's still a bachelor's degree, no matter what school it came from. And there are current Democrat candidates, more than one of them, for the presidency, who are promising to forgive student loan debt. This is inconsistent with the teachings of the church to support that candidate, because forgiving debt for somebody who wasn't trying to pay their debt off is encouraging irresponsible living, especially when there are people who have paid off their student loan debts or avoided student loan debt and still got some schooling in and got a degree. In fact, there was a father who did that. He, didn't go on expensive vacations, kept his cars for a long time instead of frequently buying new cars. And his child has a degree with no student loan debt, and he asked one of these candidates if he would get paid some money, the cost of the college, if the debt was being paid for these people who took up the debt, and the candidate laughed at him. Alright, and thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. It's one of the 10 Commandments. It's a really fundamental and important gospel principle. You should not be, I see it as inconsistent, to be supporting a political party which lies and has been lying before I was born. The common Democrat Party campaign strategy has been to lie about the opponent. The Republican Party is not fascist at all. It's stupid, but not fascist at all. And even before I was born, there were campaign publications and campaign slogans lying about the Republican Party being fascist. And when a Republican won the election, fascism was won, fascism. Lying about the Republican Party trying to put people back in chains, when it was actually Democrats that fought the Civil War to continue slavery, not the Republicans. The founding principle behind the Republican Party was no slavery and slavery. What other lies? Every 4 years we hear a lie that if a Republican wins the presidency, that the rug is going to be pulled out from under people on Social Security and disability and all those other kinds of things. But it's never happened yet. And they aren't making those accusations because the Republican candidate for president has been given speeches saying, the welfare state sucks, I win, it's gone. They have not been making those accusations because they're quoting the Republican candidate. They're just making up accusations. Alright. So, yeah, they lie about racism. They accuse everybody of being a racist. It's a current common Democrat Party strategy to lie about everyone being racist, even when there's zero evidence of it, and actually good evidence that the people are not racist. The Democrat Party has lied about Donald Trump. There's zero evidence of Donald Trump's racism. A lot of evidence against him being racist. He's dealt with people of all different skin colors and races, and received high praise from people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton until he ran for the presidency. So, you see, if somebody is only accused of being a racist after they run for the presidency, after many years of not being accused of racism, then you know it's just a political ploy. Well, you should not be a member of a church. It's inconsistent. Stay in the church if you're a Democrat. But it's inconsistent to be a member of a church that teaches you to be honest and then vote for a political party that lies like a rug. And last but not least, the Book of Mormon warns us about secret combinations, organized crime, and organizations whose goal is to get control of the government to get themselves rich. That is what erupted against Donald Trump even before he became sworn in as president. I'm confused if there's any member of the church who cannot see that literally all hell broke loose on Donald Trump before he even got sworn in. The kinds of forces that tried to keep Donald Trump from getting the presidency, that is our modern day equivalent of the Gadianton robbers. Trying to get control of the government. The Gadianton robbers were successful in getting control of the Nephite government. And so, those are my thoughts. If you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ and you are a Democrat, the church is politically neutral. I hope you'll keep coming out, because these are my thoughts on the subject and not an official church position, because the church is politically neutral. So, have a good day. Thank you.